Ruthless Pro Wrestling, you don't know me yet. My name is J.C. Harvey. And on the 23rd, I'm bringing Logan and Mitch with me to RPW. Because there's a couple other gentlemen that'll be there on the 23rd who say there's no more time for surrender, no time for allies, no more treaties. And then they have the balls to make a death threat. Your threats don't mean shit to us. We don't threaten. We give you right. We give you the right to die.
RPW fans, if you follow us on social media, which, if you're not, why the hell not? Get onto your little smart tablet device, whatever. Follow us, like us, Facebook messages, stalk us for all we care, but follow us. You will have noticed that there is some overwhelming animosity that is built, that is swelled, that has become a volcano ready to erupt between two teams. DTA and Drake King Logan and 24/7 Devil's best friend Mitch Hewitt. So they got animosity, we got a ring, we're called Ruthless. RPW! So here's the deal. We made a call, and OB's bar on Telegraph decided we want violence, we want ruthlessness, we want that tag match, the sponsor. You want it, they want it, we're about to give it to you, let's get going.
Oh, look at this.
Ooh, it is getting wild inside the Skull and Bones training facility.
We don't have to wait. You guys saw Death Threat Army getting themselves involved earlier this evening in Tommy Vendetta versus Mannix. Now getting to see the RPW debut.
Right to die.
Not before their opponents. That's right. Right to die. Quite a matchup. Death Threat Army. Right to die. Seems very fitting for Ruthless Pro Wrestling.
There you see J.C. Harvey, the manager of Right to Die.
That bat is quite the menacing figure for a team that I don't think really needs any more menacing figures. J.C. Harvey giving the marching orders.
Tremendous words from J.C. Harvey, who's quite impressed.
Right to Die, easily establishing themselves very early on as an absolute threat.
It was a lot of these tag matches, tag teams here in RPW. One has to wonder, is the boys in the back might need to put together some tag titles for Ruthless Pro Wrestling, and I feel like Right to Die could be one of those teams that could lead RPW for the future.
Get in this ring right now.
J.C. Harvey taking command of the production team here at Ruthless Pro.
Stay right there.
Fans, we.
When you look across the ring at 24/7, the Devil's best friend, Mitch Hewitt, and the Dread King Logan, you are staring dead to rights at a double-barreled shotgun. And J.C. Harvey is the one pulling that trigger. Tonight, we take aim at two of the best in the business, Jack Price and Aaron Orion. And when they're laying here, battered, broken, and humiliated, they will look up at us and they will beg. They will beg us for their right to die!
Goosebumps. JC Harvey.
Making sure every word hits the notes as intended. Not a single waste of energy or emotion from JC Harvey getting his men ready for the threat that awaits them in the wings. Aaron Orion, Jack Price, the Death Threat Army. We are in for an absolute treat here tonight, Dusty and Pod. Buckle in, boys.
How does one enlist themselves into the Death Threat Army?
It's you have to be selected. It's a very stringent selection process.
You know, as commentators, you know, it's our job to call things down the middle and be unbiased, but you can't help, you know, us being part of the RPW brand, and you have Death Threat Army here who's threatened our brand, who, you know, threatened the company that put us in the spot we're in today.
You suggest that we throw our hats in the ring of Right to Die? We've seen the way they accosted our staff.
I agree to that, and I can't speak for you guys, but I almost feel a sense of...
I think a better assessment here is that both of these teams are completely unhinged, and we might actually see a full-scale riot when it comes down to this one, this match underway properly. Who's going to control them?
A whole lot of man, a whole lot of meat between Death Threat Army and Right to Die.
Not to mention, Death Threat Army still has numbers waiting in the wings. We still have Alex Weir backstage, who could very easily insert himself into this match as well, creating an advantage.
Don't forget, Atlas Hightower, he was here earlier today. He still could be backstage.
Just a threat that DTA just shows to RPW. The roster's on watch.
The face paint, Aaron Orion, you know, the camo face paint. I mean, he's ready for a war. They declared war on RPW. They're coming right for it.
I mean, we beg the question, you know, do we really want to trust somebody with Right to Die? But, you know, Death Threat Army is challenging the promotion that we are talking about. Our living.
I still stand steadily in the fact that either one of these teams could turn this into an absolute powder keg at any given second.
But with that said, who else stepped up to defend RPW?
I don't know if necessarily defending RPW is the name of the game here. I think the animosity in this match goes much deeper. I think you have two teams here. Death Threat Army trying to come into RPW, establish themselves as the top guys. And the same could be said for Right to Die. You have two teams who are really trying to come and not only make a name for themselves, but essentially to tear RPW to shreds, for lack of a better term. And we're seeing that here now.
I think the X factor throughout all this whole match will be JC Harvey and that bat.
The trigger man for Right to Die. You heard it here himself. He said to himself, they're a double-barreled shotgun, and he is the man pulling the trigger. Oof.
You know, you make reference
Right
of JC Harvey with the bat outside, but again, Death Threat Army's in the building.
They have the numbers. As of right now, Right to Die enjoying a great advantage here. Jack Price breaking out the pinfall, however, very smart of the veteran. Keeping his team in this, keeping the Death Threat Army alive. Orion hung up over the ropes.
Getting in the action.
See,
we knew it wouldn't be long.
See, I like these Death Threat Army guys. Excuse me, I really like these Right to Die guys. I feel like, yes, I know it's questionable, but at this point, if Death Threat Army is going to come after Ruthless Pro Wrestling, we need something. We need heavy artillery to take on the Army, and I feel like Right to Die are those guys.
And nothing like sending in the Suicide Squad though, and I don't know where you want to put your faith, but
I mean, that's a tough one because I mean I can't trust. I wouldn't trust any of these guys in the ring right now.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I don't trust anybody in this
tagging
building.
the Logan here. Dread King now in control here. Orion in the corner, unable to cover himself up, and
Dread King with a power slam.
off the ropes here. Huge senton, and he has got Orion center of the ring, hooks the far leg, and only a 2 count.
Jack Price had one leg already in the ring, ready to break that up.
See Harvey already taking offense to the 2 count.
See, I've had a saying for years that you want to keep the weirdos on your side. And if we're going to talk about people taking on the threat from Death Threat Army, I feel like those weirdos, for lack of a better term, is Right to Die.
Some say better the devil you know than the devil you don't.
See, there it is.
You got the devil's best friend with Mitch Hewitt and Right to Die on our side. So.
See, it works out.
Orion's got to be thinking here, how can he get to his corner? How can he get away from the two-headed monster that is Hewitt and Logan? How can he get away, create some separation now, looking to get some offense here? He's got Hewitt in the corner, tags out to Logan, who once again sneaks his way back in. Is he able to? He cuts off Orion. Still unable to get to Jack Price, who is waiting eagerly in the wings. 2 count.
That was real close.
Right to Die firmly in the driver's seat of this competition. Your semi-main event for Slamdemic Part Deux still to come. Ruthless Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship match. Zach Thomas, the long-awaited, waiting in the wings, for, as some would say, for his opportunity at Sam Beal's RPW Heavyweight Championship. Speaking of heavyweights, big boot to the chest there. Orion able to get a little bit of comeback here, maybe to get some of that, so to speak, separation we've been talking about. Can he get over to Price? Able to get the tag, and Jack Price, the fresh man in.
You know, prior to that, Mitch Hewitt and Dread King Logan were doing a great job cutting that ring off in half, making sure that Aaron Orion was staying on their side of the ring, and that's what you got to do in these tag team matches.
That's a sign of a well-oiled machine there. 2 count for Jack Price. Sign of a well-oiled machine when you are a team who is able to, in tag team wrestling, cut the ring in half. Keep you away from your tag team partner. Keep your opponent away from the fresh man. And where the Orion or the Price, and I guess in this instance, who is now enjoying a upper hand, wear them down.
Of course, follow RPW on social media, Ruthless Pro Wrestling Official on Facebook, at Ruthless Pro 419 on Twitter and Instagram, and don't miss all the upcoming events, especially with our upcoming event, Blood, Sweat, and Beers.
Oh man, what's your favorite part of that? The blood, sweat, or the beers?
I'm gonna go with beers, then sweat and blood.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with blood.
Blood first.
That's the Dusty Dangerous we know.
It's been so long since we've been over to see some blood here in RPW with everything going on. The fact that we have death matches scheduled for Blood, Sweat, and Beers, it's definitely going to be a fun one.
Back to the violence and the roots that makes Ruthless Pro Wrestling your destination for violence.
Of course, on IWTV as well.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but Will Birdie told me we might be debuting a new title as far as violence goes. Something to look out for.
More to come on that from Dusty Dangerous, who apparently has the inside track and the upper hand when it comes to news. And speaking of upper hand, Right to Die now asserting themselves in this one. Oof! Oh! Hewitt with a big boot, taking Jack Price down to the mat, and now able to follow up with the clothesline straight down to the mat. Thank you, Pod. Oof.
Beautiful neck breaker there.
The story of this match so far, guys, right to die, establishing themselves. Now Jack Price trying to keep Hewitt away from his own corner. Hewitt able to
Enziguri, beautifully done. Tags in the Dread King.
And Logan here now able to just house on fire, taking Price down, taking Orion down. He's now got Price set up for, looks like a delayed vertical suplex. No!
Brainbuster.
Alters into the brainbuster, hooks the far leg too, and no! Orion at the last second to keep the Death Threat Army in this one, maybe at least just for a second. Now Orion able to get the upper hand, gets the Dread King Logan to the outside.
Hewitt with a nice form, putting Orion in.
And there we go with the right to die once again. The second you get, the spent man out, the fresh man Hewitt right back in. Maybe not for long. Oh. Innovative double team offense there. Jack Price looking for the pin, 2 and no.
Price and Orion on the same page. That brotherhood they talk about inside the Death Threat Army.
See how smart that JC Harvey did? He ran onto the other side of the ring to help his man out. That is smart. That is why we need somebody like Right to Die here in RPW.
Listen, not to take away from Right to Die, obviously incredibly talented and dangerous. I think dangerous may be the best word for it in their own respects. That is the situational awareness you like to see from a leader. Able to roll through now. Oh, didn't quite get all of the roll through.
Looked like Dread King tried to reverse that.
Look, a little bit of a miscommunication there. Now Jack Price able to hook him up. Oh, and Orion drives the head of the Dread King directly into the mat.
He's not looking good, guys.
And now Death Threat Army enjoying possibly their first true advantage here in this competition. Orion now in control. He's got Hewitt up, works him into his own corner, tags in Jack Price, the Black Diamond. Jack Price, wily veteran, man. I've been calling Jack Price matches for years now, and he only gets better with age. Orion not able to quite get his footing there. Now both men on the top, and now
Dread King's right there. Ooh. Orion dumped to the outside.
Hewitt pulling Price off, and double team offense. And there we have it. Is this enough for a 3? And yes.
All right. Not a good night for DTE.
Wow. JC Harvey quick to the ring to rally the troops and congratulate his men, squeaking out just the most improbable victory over the Death Threat Army. Dread King Logan, you see right there.
Nobody can come to our house and threaten us and threaten where we eat, where we sleep. Right to Die is here for us.
I hesitate to think that this is the last we will see of the Death Threat Army. Somewhere,
it's a scary thought if that's who's there for us.
Somewhere, the Death Threat Army will lick their wounds, and this will not be the last we will see of them in RPW. But nothing to take away from the absolute great performance there. Right to Die. Just threats left, right, and center. This RPW tag team division getting heated up.